Welcome, Leo, to your love reading for August 31st to September 2nd of 2018. Alright, so let's look into what's going on with you. Alright, so just for Leo and for 1st to 2nd, 2018. So let's see what's going on. Okay. Leo. So we have the overall energy for a lot of you. There might still be some confusion. All right, we did have a full moon in Pisces last weekend, and I feel like that brought out a lot of tension, inner tension, because of that eighth house being exposed and put on you, so to speak. So that's the energy of transformation, death, things that you go through, healing, hurt and pain, the fear of letting go and holding on to particular people, energies, and when certain people might not be around you that you would really like to be around, it could bring out a lot of stress. So I feel like some of that energy could still be out, whether or not you can kind of trust people, trying to figure out what's going on, and even if there could be secrets that you're holding back from, which it could make you feel very uncomfortable, and the other person that you could be around as well. So I feel like things might be kind of intense, all right, to say the least, all right, this weekend. So let's see the personal energy coming towards you, and I feel that particular person, if they make promises with you, if they might flirt with you at times and you can't really trust them, if you know that they might be talking to somebody else or in a different relationship or something like that, you might even feel stressed because you can feel or know that they might be watching you, so you hold back. You can't be your true self because you feel like you're under a radar or something like that. You feel restricted for some of you, and that can be very stressful for others. So I feel like, yes, there could be arguments or some kind of intense communication, especially when you're dealing with somebody who digs deep and they're trying to ask a whole lot of questions that might make you uncomfortable. And there could be certain things where somebody is trying to pierce in a sensitive spot where you're not willing to go just yet. So I feel like, as I'm saying these things, it's just coming to me. So just keep those things in mind throughout the weekend. So when you're partying or you're having fun, be careful of the what you get into, because it could make you feel very uncomfortable, and then it could be the brunt of you feeling very claustrophobic or in doubt of yourself. All right, so I feel like somebody might be kind of watching you from afar. All right, now the response from you may be watching them as well. So, and I get a sense that you're waiting for the right time for them to reveal how they might be feeling. You're waiting for some kind of secret or truth to come out. If you've been holding something back or somebody else has been holding something back, you feel something is off, right? And sometimes this is where you get closer to somebody and then something happens and they separate or detach from the situation. And I feel like this is sometimes can be confusing for you at times. And even, for instance, if some of you have gone through something where some truth did come out, then you fall back into a shell or a certain pattern of restriction in some way, because you're thinking about somebody that you may have dealt with or how close you were, and then you are kind of putting two and two together. You're thinking about certain things, and you could be thinking about what has happened in the past, and you're putting everything together, and it could cause you a lot of anxiety and have trust issues with a certain person. That's for some. Okay, so what is your advice? Well, keeping a low profile, I feel, for some, and this is the confusion that you might feel, the anxiety that might be really there, the tension that could hold you back from opening up to another person, where you feel restricted, you're not willing to deal with somebody, you feel a bit trapped because maybe there's an ex-partner that you're thinking about where you would like to communicate with them. You feel like you're for instance, of something that just came to me just now, if something did happen with somebody that you're dealing with and it involves a bunch of different people, it just depends there. Maybe you were involved in a situation in some way, and you might be kind of holding yourself back. All right, you're not wanting to be involved. Maybe it affects you and it affects your romantic partner in some way or new love interest. I feel this energy of feeling restricted, but it tells you if you do need to take some time for you to feel the best that you can in the future, I feel like this is a good time to do so. So out the weekend, you might just be kind of doing your own thing or surrounded by those that you may have felt comfortable with in some time, but they might even bring anxiety out of you in some way as well. All right, so The outcome is whatever you might be doing. If you're spending some time with you, whoever you might be around, there could be some issues with money not coming through, or not coming through quick enough, and you might even put money out and it might be all for naught. All right, so be very careful about spending habits and doing different things like that. So let's well, hold on. So yes, even though the card did fall, the moon, it still came out in the upright position. So that does indicate a lot of confusion and maybe some heavy anxiety. All right, so let's see, clarify the moon for Leo. Yeah, a new start, a new beginning is in the making for some, but you're not sure of what to do. So I feel like you're focusing more on yourself right now until another person comes forward, because it seems like they might be keeping you at a distance, and you as well. I mean, you might be doing that to them as well. Clarify the Eight of Swords for Leo. Yeah, this is an energy of some of you might even, you do this on purpose because you feel like that's the best way to protect your own energy and not be exposed or be taken advantage of by somebody who is doesn't have your best interests at heart. And if you feel like you can't trust somebody, or you feel like that's the best thing to do right now, that's what you're doing. If you feel like you don't need to make any changes because you're not ready, that's your stance that you might be taking right now because of the restrictions someone has put on you, or vice versa. So some of you now, for this reading, I don't know why I just grabbed the another oracle card deck, and this is going to be from the fairies. I feel like it's important for you if I do this. All right, just for Leo. Okay, it says autumn. Okay, it says in the fall season everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. So around that time, as we start to then approach the winter, I feel that that might be the timetable, because I believe Venus is going to be in retrograde soon, within maybe 30 days or so. We just got finished with Mars retrograde, so this is not an easy energy for a lot of people. So I feel like you just have to go by it. You cannot control what the universe is already set up to do. It's in your best interest. I feel, especially if you're healing from something, if you feel like something is not quite right, trying to help you out, go through emotional issues or even financial concerns that you might have, and the love aspect of healing yourself and allowing another person to heal so that you can be treated right, fairly, and just. So just allow some time to go by for some of you out there. So let's see, messages for Leo from one card. I did the romance angels for everybody else, but I grabbed the fairies card for you because it might be important for some. So we have new love. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and when you're into somebody new, it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you're stirred up by them that person is automatically for you, and it doesn't mean that it can't work out. It just means that you're still dealing with letting go of something from the past as well, and then waiting for another person to do the same so that both of you are on the same page. But I feel like for some of you, this relationship could still be new, and when it is new, you're having issues with trust and just trying to figure out what's right, or another person is not willing to make the commitment because of money issues, because of that sense of security and not feeling like they're in the right place or you're in the right place, these kind of things, which could have you feeling very down. So a lot of you would like to express yourself in some way, but you could be having an issue with that. So keep that in mind. All right, hopefully you're trying to be as honest as you can, vice versa, and see how things might go, but don't back down from what you really feel in your heart and what you feel is right for you. Okay, so much love and much light, tons of healing vibes as well. And you can always go to the website Psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for your energy, and as these are general in nature, so the phone readings will not be available for this week. Again, that's just a preference right now, and you can use the other options if you would like to. Okay, so much love and enjoy.